Welcome back, Denver. This is Live Love Loans, the podcast. I'm your podcast host and mortgage expert, Tim Lataki. We're on with Samuel today. How you doing today, Sam?
Good. How you guys doing? Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. So just give us a quick rundown about yourself, background, how you got into real estate, and what you're doing currently.
For sure. So my name is Samuel Farley. I'm with eXp Realty. Actually, I'm pretty new to real estate. I got my license last November, and I really started out with the need and desire, to house hack and house flip. That's kind of really what got me really interested in real estate. I purchased a property in Golden in 2019. It was a townhouse, and that needed a substantial amount of work. And over the last 2 years, you're probably very well aware, when you live in a property for 2 out of 5 years as your primary residence, when you go to sell, you don't pay taxes on that property. So really my goal was to find a great spot, maximize its value, put some great new additions into that property, and then house hack and flip it. So that's really what got me started.
Cool. And was it a successful first run?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be making a little separate YouTube video about it. And
cool.
That'll be on my channel, but yeah, kind of just explaining more of the details about it. But yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. So you lived in it for 2 years, and then put some work into it, and then flipped it.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually used someone here at 0 Point Mortgage, so big shout out to the team here. They do great work. But I bought the property, and it needed a lot of work. It was from the 70s. The front door would barely close. It needed a new back deck, it needed a new bathroom, it just needed a lot of work. So over the 2 years, I put a brand new front door, the HOA actually paid for brand new siding and roofing materials, put a new deck in, put a new master bath, brand new kitchen with higher end materials, really did pretty much a full flip on the property. So the people who bought it compared to when I bought it, get to experience a totally different property.
That's awesome. So that's kind of your end goal, that's where you want to end up, just doing house flipping? And
I enjoy that.
Yeah.
That's something that I get on definitely personally. I'm always going to do. My girlfriend and I are actually in the process of buying a new build house, and it comes with an unfinished basement, and it equals the square footage basically of the main level. So that's going to be a really fun project to finish that. So really, especially all the personal projects that I'm involved in, I want there to be some aspect of renovation and flipping, just because I really enjoy doing that. I really like seeing
manual labor.
Yeah, just I'm not too much into the manual labor myself.
Gotcha.
I'm not handy like that.
Gotcha.
But I just love seeing the before and after. I love seeing the progress. What it looked like before. Maybe a space wasn't usable and you turn it into something totally usable. So I just really love seeing that transition.
Yeah, so since you've already had some experience with it, what's some good advice for investors trying to get into the fix and flips, and some challenges that you ran into right off the bat?
In terms of my advice with flips, and it's really stuff that I've just learned from other real estate investors and other people in the business that I've met over the last few years, is really, you want to pick an area that you love, that is a great area where people want to be moving to, that want to be living, have all the necessary details that people really want in an area, in a neighborhood. And then you want to pick the house or the property that maybe didn't receive so much love over the last 15, 20, 25 years. A lot of people, in my opinion, don't necessarily want to put in the work when they buy a place. They really want to buy a place, and home ownership is extremely important. But then the idea of living in a renovation zone, or living in the property while the kitchen is totally in a disarray and stuff like that, is stuff that not a lot of people want to necessarily do. But if you do, and you find that property that, like I said, needs some love, that needs some work, where if you put in some new bathrooms, you put in some new kitchen fixtures and stuff like that, you update the countertops, it totally brings the property, from the 1970s or 80s to now, and that's where you really receive some good value.
That's awesome. So, just trying to think here. So, do you have any good advice for real estate agents trying to get into the industry? You're kind of brand new. You're seeing the start of it and seeing where the potential, where it can take you. So.
Yeah. Really, I guess any advice for someone starting would just be to go after it. If real estate's something that you're passionate about, you might as well just start the necessary steps. It took me about 6 months. I started studying for my exams last May, and I was fully licensed by November. And then I was able to represent myself in that flip transaction, which was great, because when I listed my own property for sale, I wasn't working with a realtor. I was representing myself, so that made the deal even smoother.
Yeah.
And then now, really, between focusing on my own personal projects, it's also helping buyers and sellers out in the Colorado market. I've got a listing that's coming up in Denver at the start of June, which is really exciting. So really just trying to get out there and work as much as possible. And for anybody new, it's really just connecting with that network. You know, what do you enjoy doing? What are the people that you normally interact with? Like, do you go play golf? Do you like going fishing? You know, there might be a group of guys that, you know, go to the local lake that you like to go fishing at, and one of them might need a house, you know, so it's really just about that natural networking of, you know, what do you like to do, what are the places that you like to go, what are the things you like to do, and then meet people that hopefully are in that same, you know, aspect or category, and then try to help as many people as you can.
Yeah, I agree. I think investing yourself into the community is one of the best ways to kind of get ahead in real estate, because people really see like you care about everything that's going on and you're enjoying the same things that the community that you're with, and it's just easy to
For sure.
just be an icebreaker, and then, you know, conversation, oh, what do? You know, real estate, cool, you know, everybody, I mean, there's what, like 40,000 real estate agents in Denver, so.
And it's also such a big transaction and a big deal for people that sometimes it really helps to take it a little bit outside of just the strict business. Like maybe, like I said, maybe with the fishing example, you know, maybe you meet a client, you know, at a fishing lake or something like that, and there's just that little extra level of comfort, like, oh, you know, I met this guy out, he's just fishing, and like we can also handle real estate business. It's not just strictly business. It makes people feel more comfortable because you already have some similar interests and kind of some like-minded ideas.
Yes, it's all relationship based, and they are big purchase transactions and emotional. You just you're getting families in there, kids are excited about moving. So yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, for sure.
So what did your start look like? Did you take that approach with like get into the community and hobbies and similar, or did you do like door knocking, cold calls? What did all that look like?
So I guess personally, I started off mainly with social media. I have a pretty large following on Instagram. I go by THC_Samuel on Instagram. And I've done a lot of high-end glass photography work. I shoot with some local, well, not local, I shoot with some hip-hop artists that come through sometimes to Denver. Just a lot of different styles of work. I do a lot of content for various brands as well. So my Instagram has been a really nice source of just natural lead generation.
Awesome.
People that kind of have known me from my previous work see that I'm now doing real estate work and have reached out and said, oh, well, you know, can you help me, you know, find out more information about this? Or how do I, you know, get more information about buying this property, etc. So really using that natural network. And then also just going out into the world, like I just said, like I'm a big golfer, so I love going to golf courses and just, you know, being at the driving range. And when you go and play golf, you get paired with random people all the time. And like you said, it's just talking and just networking. It's like, oh, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, I work in real estate. Oh, do you know anybody that, you know, might need assistance in the buying or selling process? Oh, okay, here's my card. And just kind of natural networking is really what I found to be the best method, because I've never enjoyed getting a cold call from someone like, oh, do you want to sell your house? Like, I'd love to represent you, you know, like, and I understand that might work for some agents, but in terms of just my style and approach, I'd rather develop a relationship naturally and have it be more of a long game, because you meet someone, you know, like I said, at a lake fishing or at the dog park or something like that, they're not going to necessarily want to buy right now, but in a year or 2 years, they might want to buy, and then all of a sudden they're going to remember, oh, well, there was Sam at the lake, you know, he might be able to help out, you know, so kind of approaching it like that is really what I plan on doing, what I've been doing.
Cool. So
because lead generation, as you know, is also very expensive for a lot of agents.
It's incredibly expensive.
So if you put the legwork in yourself, I feel like between working your own social media accounts and then natural networking, you can basically have the same success rate, if not a higher success rate, than paying the high rates for lead generation.
Oh, it's bananas. Some of those programs are just outrageous.
And I'm not against it. I know that they work for a lot of agents.
For some people, they do work,
You know, but for me at this point in my career, I've decided that like just the natural
find what you're good at
and
do it. Go after it. That's just the best way to do it. So 100%.
What is going on, everybody? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. The full version of this podcast on Live Love Loans is going to be on Amazon, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, I think, as well. I'm going to throw all the links in the description, so if you want to watch or listen to the full video, please check out the links in the description below. And remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Every like and subscribe helps the channel grow. Hope you guys are enjoying the content about art, real estate, and everything else. Until next time, much love. Peace.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.